Hey, what's up, everyone? So we start another week, third week of November. Today is Monday, the 14th of November, to be precise. And we've had a good day today. We've had a tough couple of weeks, but that's really down to the market. I've been feeling like the market has just not been setting up. We've been getting quite a lot of volatility, but the volume hasn't been there. So it's been difficult trading this last couple of weeks, and I feel like I've been not trading my best because I've been taking setups that normally I wouldn't or shouldn't be taking, given the strategy that I have. But today we got a bit of volatility. We got some nice volume, and there was quite a lot to trade. Well, I say quite a lot. There was a sufficient amount to trade, and we traded 4 stocks in total. We tried trading one, both long and short, but we lost money to the short side, so we made enough on the long side. We finished today just under $6,000, so we're over goal. It's a good green day. Green and over goal is always a good day. And putting all that into perspective, let's talk about what we've actually traded today. So we've traded TBLT, we traded AMC, GETY Images, and we also traded MNSO. Okay, so we started off with AMC. Our first trade of the day was pre-market. To start off with, I was able to get in here as it moved up at 7:30, managed to get a nice little piece of that. And then again, this is what we traded first. We got a little piece of that, then we got in a little bit on this move up here as well, and then at the open we got this pop, and we rode this and took profits off quickly, put a stop in place, and as it started to pull back, and it pulled all the way back into a halt, but it started to pull back, we got stopped out, and that was AMC. So a little over $2,000. AMC got very choppy for the rest of the day, really. Just sideways, choppy underneath the VWAP, but you can see it was just sideways, up and down, bouncing on the VWAP, or fading off the VWAP is probably a better description. So whilst it did have a reasonable day, it was mostly pre-market. That was AMC. Then we traded TBLT. So TBLT moved up quite well all day long. So we got in here. This moved up, and we got in the pullback, and we got in. Our first position was here, and then we got in. We traded it again here on this move up, and when we got these devil horns, if you will, the double top, I tried to short it as it broke lows here, and then it moved back up again, and we got stopped out. So yeah, TBLT. Good. We managed to get nearly $3,000 to the long side on TBLT, but we lost a little over $300 to the short side. So just over $2,500 all in on TBLT. We did trade. I think it was GETY next. We traded GETY Images. We got it up at the top here. It moved up very quickly. We got it up at the top here, and we made $250 before it started pulling back. I was watching for the break of the $0.50. It got in the break of the $0.50 when we rode it up, and then it pulled back, and we got out. I was waiting for it to then retest and re-break the $0.50. It did go up and retest it, but it didn't actually break it and sold off, and it kind of just sideways after that was GETY Images. And MNSO, we traded MNSO, which is again another big mover. And as you can see, this one was moving up. It did pull back, and we were looking, okay, well, where can we get in on this? So it pulled back for this one, and then we got in here, and we managed to ride up this a little bit, and we got about $700 on this. 20-cent move, all in. And we got $700, so 15-20 cents on that. It then started to pull back. We didn't manage to get this continued move up, and then it's just got sold off into the close. So that was essentially it. No real red trades other than the short side on TBLT. Got green, stayed green, and that's how you do it. So I didn't trade all day long. Traded the first hour of the market, a little bit pre-market while I was streaming live. Traded the first hour of the market, and then went out, did some errands, came back, did a little bit of trading just before I had my dinner, and then came back and did the power hour. That was it. So didn't have to trade too much. There's quite a lot of things that moved. There's quite a lot of volatility in the market. Again, a lot of volatility, but some of the volatility just didn't have enough volume to trade. So what we're looking for is volatility. We're looking for volume, and ideally we want to be seeing good volatility and good volume on both sides. So what we've not had in November, I think one of the big things that we've struggled with in November has been the continuation. One of my go-to strategies is the gap and go strategy. So a stock that gaps up pre-market, it approaches the open with significant gains on the previous day's closing price, and then at the bell, it might take a little bit of a dip before it then moves up, breaks the pre-market highs, and continues on and breaks new highs. We've not seen a lot of that, and that's what I was looking for with AMC. So AMC didn't. If I go back to the AMC chart here. So at the open, this is what I was actually looking for. If we see that we gapped up and it was moving up, and then we broke the pre-market highs. That's where I got in for the break of the pre-market highs, and it moved up, but then it pulled back. It didn't continue. We didn't get that continuation, and that's really what's been missing. So we've had a lot of stocks that have moved up pre-market over the last month or so, and then sold off pretty much at the open. So that continuation is missing. That was a gap and go to a lesser degree with AMC, but it's the continuation that makes it really profitable. So I'm not saying $2,000 on AMC isn't profitable. That's a good trade for me. It's half my daily goal almost. So that was a good trade all told. But if we can get something like AMC and then continuation, and maybe go on for another $1.50 and continue even more, it means that gap and go strategy is very bullish, and it means that you can take profits early and then get out, lock up, you've done for the day, and come back later. Maybe have a look later in the day if you've got nothing better to do. We can always find something better to do. So that's me done on the day. Where does that put us on the month? So well, let's have a look, shall we? Okay, so let's look at where we are on November. So I've imported the trays. You can see $5,800 today. We managed 4,500 on Friday, 10,000 last Thursday. So this is the fourth green day in a row for me. Where does that put us on the month? So let's have a quick look at this in terms of the detail. Now that it brings, because we were a little over $2,500 averaging daily for the month. Now that brings us now up to nearly 3,000, but with the 4.5 on Friday, 5.5, 6,000 today. So that brings us up to nearly $3,000 average. So we're getting closer to, obviously 10 trading days gone, we're getting closer to that $5,000 average that we're looking for. So we need maybe up the game a little bit later this week, and certainly next week we start swinging big next week with a bit of a cushion. Not going to be silly, not going to be swinging for the fences when the trades don't warrant it. That's what I have been doing in the first half of this month, and basically end up digging myself a hole that I've had to trade my way out of, and sometimes the hole's been too big to do that. So we found ourselves with a few red days as a result of that. So what are we doing? Let's look at the statistics. $120,000 of gains, $90,000. So that's a 4 to 3. Quite frankly, 4 to 3 in terms of risk reward. That's not great, And I think if I had the $120,000 of gains and I've been working to that 2-to-1 that I pretty much am doing all year, then I've only had 60,000 of losses. So I'll be at 60,000 now. And that risk management piece is what's let me down in November. Because if I was at $60,000 in gross profit today, that means that we not only will be on track to hit the goal for the month, but we'll be slightly ahead. And as it stands right now, we're a little bit behind. We're just shy of $30,000. So we're kind of half of where we need to be. So we've got a little bit to make up on the month. But then last month we were in a similar situation. October we were in a similar situation coming into the final week, and then we had a really good final week that got us. We didn't actually meet goal or hit goal on the month of October, but we got very, very close. We're 90% of goal in October. So hopefully we can come good. What's great about this is we've no longer got a drawdown, so we're back up to highs. Here on just shy of $30,000 on the month. So we came into November ahead for the year, but if I look at where we need to be on the year, we're a little bit behind in terms of the net number. But so before today, we were at 837, so we'll be over 840. We've still got 160k net to do on the year across the 2 months. Right now we're 150k shy of the goal from a growth perspective. So I'm a little bit behind, but basically I've been trading a little bit too much. So I'm racking up the fees. I've found out that my fees over the last month have actually gone. My ECN fees have actually increased fourfold from what was being charged earlier in the year, which is a little bit painful to swallow. So my ECN fees have gone up, and commissions remain the same, but racking up the fees and charges is not helping with the net goal, and the net goal is that that 7-figure net number. So we've got about 150k to gain on both gross and net. So we need to overachieve on the growth, it looks like, in order to hit the net number. So that's essentially where we are at the moment. And if we go back to that screen there, so Thanksgiving is next week, so there's a day less. We've got Black Friday following it, which is a half day. Now that means that we're normally done first thing before lunchtime anyway. So, but the problem is that when it's a half day, the volume on the markets will be a lot lower anyway. So it's unlikely that we will get big movers on that Friday. So we'll see. Stranger things have happened, but we've got Thanksgiving is a federal holiday, so the markets are closed on Thanksgiving. So we've essentially got 10 trading days left. That's it. And as far as I'm concerned, that's more than enough for us to be making the gains and the profits that we need to. It's just about being selective with the trades. It's just about being disciplined with the strategy. It's about being patient and only taking the good trades. There's not a lot of them, so being patient. They are coming up, but they're not all in the opening hour. Some are coming up later in the day. Being patient, not necessarily sitting at the desk waiting for it to happen all day, but being patient and maximizing the profitability of the opportunities when they come along. That's really what I'm trying to do. So, look, if you've enjoyed this quick trade recap, give me a thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up button. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm. Remember to subscribe to the channel as well. And I'll be back at it tomorrow, 90 minutes before the market opens. So that's 8 a.m. East Coast or market time. It's 1 p.m. where I'm based in Dublin, Ireland, and it's also 1 p.m. in the UK. So if you live somewhere else, Google is your friend. I am not the speaking clock. Go find out and come join me tomorrow. I'll be doing it all over again. In the meantime, enjoy your evening. Take care.